Good morning, this is Graham Norris, and today is the 15th of August, 2024. And today, this is the third in the series on the multifamily. And today, I'll be covering the position on the general partners side of an asset manager. What's the role of an asset manager? The main role is to manage the property manager. The asset manager does a whole lot more than just manage the property. It manages the asset and the whole journey from closing through to the sale of the property. So the main focus that the asset manager has is that we want to see that this project is a good return for all the investors in the deal. And that's really where the focus is. The focus of a property manager is to make sure that the property is well maintained and that it's at its maximum occupancy. They coordinate any contractors that are doing any work on the building and the landscapers and the general daily routine of maintaining the building. The asset manager will oversee the work of the property manager, will have a good relationship with them, and in some rare cases, more particularly with smaller apartment buildings, they may wear that hat as well and being the property manager. But that's more unusual in the large multifamilies, as I say. And so they'll manage the apartment, the property manager, and make sure that they're doing a good job. An asset manager will schedule any work that needs doing, any major work certainly, and coordinate with the property manager to make sure that they can manage the tenants, the impact on the tenants. They'll also portray to the property manager all the strategies and plans that we have. The asset manager may consult the property manager on rents in the area, managing the increase in rents to the fair market value. We may strategize about fixing the vacant units up and maybe giving an option to the tenants in moving into those while we fix up their units and move them back. That's an option that we could give them a choice. All sorts of strategies like that. The asset manager is in regular meetings with the property manager so that any problems that arise are quickly dealt with. That way they don't escalate into something that's a lot bigger problem. The asset manager will keep an eye on all expenses. Anything unusual, they'll obviously investigate those with the property manager and find out what the issue is. And we may introduce other things like look at any existing contracts we have with, say, a cable company or internet provider. And for example, we may look at vending machines, for instance, and how that's working, whether it's a good strategy or not. Various value adds is what the asset manager is looking at all the time to increase the value of the project, thus increasing the return for all the investors. So that's a constant look. The use of land. Maybe there's more grassy areas than we actually need, and we could make better use of the land that the property that belongs to the property. So, for instance, for example, we could, if there is no reserved parking, we could introduce that. Covered parking is a premium, and parking next to your unit could be reserved parking, and you could pay a little bit extra for that. We may strategize on a pet policy, for example, may introduce a monthly rent for pets, and we may have to look at some of the rules to make it a more pleasant place for the tenants to live. We want to try and gather as much feedback from tenants as possible. So some incentive for giving us the negative feedback is a good thing. Negative feedback is a great opportunity to fix that and to make the place a whole lot better for everybody living there and raise the reputation. We may look at the signage. We might have a look at our Google reviews, and if they're not very good, well, we could rename the complex, have a relaunch of the whole site once we've got enough improvements done. We could rename it, rebrand it, and then in Google, we could start getting reviews based on the improvements that we made on the complex. So there's a whole host of things that the asset manager can be thinking about. Another big thing that's often neglected is laundry. If there's no hookups in the unit, it's we want to make that as easy as possible. So a great way of paying for your laundry is through an app these days. You can pay through it. They can notify you when the laundry is finished, and make the whole waiting process of doing your laundry a whole lot easier, and paying for it. You could also have a prepayment arrangements included in your rents even. And if you pay so much, you can have so many free washes. That would make it a convenience, and the more convenient we make it for the tenants, the better. It could even be a valet service where we pick up the laundry and take it to the coin laundry ourselves and get it done. So a nice pick up and fold service. That if they go for that, then obviously that might be an additional revenue for the complex. So a whole host of things that can be done and will add value. Sometimes these apartment complexes don't have swimming pools. They're scared stiff of liability, and it is a consideration. But with the larger complexes, that can be more easily managed through an attendant. So it's making sure everything's okay. Good security around the pool, and access could be granted through a key card, much like a gym. We could have the gym, the swimming pool all together and well managed. That would be help reduce the liability and increase the facilities, which makes it very enjoyable to live there. Another important facility in these large complexes is a clubhouse where you can rent out rooms for certain events, maybe a birthday party or some celebrations, receptions, meetings, events of any type. That would bring in revenue. You would charge for that, and that would be a nice source of revenue. So multiple ways of increasing the value for the investors, and the asset manager would highlight to the sponsor where they keep the sponsor informed of how things are going. They keep all the numbers and present those to the investors on a regular basis. The asset manager would be involved in the distributing the quarterly distributions, and the investors get paid. And normally, once we acquired a large complex like this, it could be anywhere from 9 months in before the distribution starts. I like to stabilize the asset first, but they accumulate. So if we are paying on the third quarter, you will get 3 quarters in that first distribution. Sometimes it can be even longer, depending on what needs to be done to stabilize the assets. So those are the main things that an asset manager is responsible for. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to contact me. Love to speak to you. Just simply book a call with me on calendly.com/Graham Norris. The link is below, and I'd love to speak to you. Don't hesitate to put your questions in the comments as well, and be delighted to answer your questions. And yeah, tomorrow we'll cover the remaining parts of the GP, which is the capital raise, and then we'll go on to other details about investing in large multifamily. So you have a wonderful day, and I look forward to speaking to you tomorrow. Have a great day.